Now in today's video I've got my Lenovo laptop out again. Just recently cleaned the fans in this and now the power socket's playing up. So I've ordered one off eBay, which is supposedly the right one for this model. Basically they have them listed on quite a few different models, but they vary from $10 to $30, so I'm supposed to find the cheaper one. The picture of them all looks the same, so I'm hoping it's the right socket. I've got the computer shut down, so I'll pop the bottom off it again. And probably have to disconnect the battery. I think these screws are all the same, hopefully. Looks like we've got some longer ones up the back here, shorter ones at the front, I think. And I forget how this came off. Did it just clip off? Okay, can we disconnect this battery easily? That's there by the look of it. Probably should be using something insulated, really. Not a good idea poking metal around near batteries, but anyway, I've got the battery disconnected. Now, where is this power outlet or inlet? That's it on the end there. It's got a couple of screws over it and a metal bracket by the look of it. So we may have to take the whole main board out. That's going to be fun. But it certainly looks something like the replacement I got. Yeah, looks about right. So what have we got to do to change this over? It looks like you've got to take the whole board out of this thing. Is that some sort of anti-tamper label? Probably. So I'll take the battery out, because that's in the way. There's a clip there. Screw it at the back. I'll put the battery screws with the battery, I think. So the board is just this little bit, and we've got the heat sink attached to it, I guess. All these tiny connectors, fan. Do I have to flick that up? Yes. That, what have we got here? Keyboard or something? How does that work? Another little connector there. Should probably come out. Can't see what that's connected to. Looks like there's a couple of plugs there. Speakers. Out you come. That's a little backup battery maybe for the BIOS or something. And we've got another connector here that needs to go for the screen probably. I think the fans might have to come out. So annoying that it played up just after fixing the fan in this thing, and it was literally like a week or two after that I started noticing the computer was turning off because the little power indicator had gone out and was just running on the battery. Come on. What's this? As connectors on the underside of the board. That's a bit of a weird setup. It looks like a screw there under whatever this is. What on earth is this thing? Union memory or something. That's like a little heat transfer thing. Oh yeah. There's a screw to get that out of the way, I think. Oh, there's where that connector goes in. What does this thing do? Just pull out. Screw there. Pull that connector. They're all sort of stuck to the board as well, doesn't help. And that little connector, MB. What's this thing here? That actually holds the board in as well, I think. Yeah, that silver thing's definitely holding it, I think. So do I grab that with a pair of pliers? Or side cutters or something? It's actually got slots in it, maybe that's what you meant to do. I'll just loosen it off. Oops, that's what I was afraid of. It's going to slip off. Don't want to damage any surface mount components with the screwdriver. I've got another connector under there by the look of it, which goes across to the hard drive, or to, oh, maybe to this thing. So maybe that's soldered to the board. Come on, out you come. That's a bit of a pain. That went with that other little screw. Ooh, the connector came out. I don't know if it was meant to. That's the problem with these things. They're just horrible because you don't know what's what. There's still something on this. Oh, these we're going to have to unplug our little Wi-Fi things. Grey on the left. What are they attached to now? Now they go through the gap here. Well, at least I can clean the heatsink out a bit better. Probably they actually go through a hole in the board just to make life difficult. I think I'll pull them right out. Yeah, that little connector just undid itself, or at least it just seems to have undone itself. There's quite a bit of dust on this board as well. And dust in here. I think they're going to have to put that connector into the board. So that means we're going to take the hard drive out, of course. So quite a job. And I assume it goes to this socket here. It's this cable. Gonna have to unstick it, I guess. Can't even get your hands on the thing. And I might even take the whole socket off. At least that socket's easily replaceable if it ever has to be done. I guess you could change the whole board. Black screw there. So that'll have to be plugged in. Probably should put the anti-static mat down first, but anyway, better late than never. Okay, so that's the socket there. I see it's soldered through. We've got two bits attaching it at the ends there. May even have to take this out in pieces. 4 or 5 different pins soldered on by the look of it. Let's have a look at the replacement. Yeah, it's got a middle pin there as well, and the 2 metal bits on either end. I'm not sure a solder sucker is going to work on this thing, but we can give it a go. snip these end ones off. Go away, plastic. I can actually cut them. I have to do the same with the other pins on the socket. Just, I think we're going to have to snip a lot of this off. Which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, now we're coming loose. Yeah, that's one bit. Come on. Doesn't really want to come out. That might have it. Lead-free solder, no doubt, so not the easiest to melt. There goes that bit. Is this bit going to come? Come on. So they are actually through holes, so at least they have attached them well, but unfortunately it seems to be something in the... It's almost like the plug wasn't fitting fully into the socket, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Whether it's got something stuck in there, I couldn't see anything. And the problem with cutting the pins off is they're hard to grab hold of. Try not to melt this other connector. Middle pin. And maybe a bit more fresh solder and flux. Let's see if we can get this end pin off. It'll take a lot of heat to get that one loose, I think, for some reason. It does not want to come loose. There had to be one. Ah, gotcha. So hopefully we've got some holes there, though I don't know that they have cleaned right out. Not sure if they have cleaned out enough to use. I might try unsoldering from the bottom as well, because there seems to be a bit of a cruddy solder left there. A little bit of a crust of solder left around. Just got to put a lot of heat into some of these end ones. I think they're going to these big pads, so there's probably a lot of copper drawn off heat, so you really got to heat the solder up. But of course you don't want to heat it too much and risk taking anything off the board. Well, I can see light through all those holes. Not sure if it's enough to fit the new one, but let's try it anyway. to press home. There it goes. Oh, it's the fan they go around. I probably should have put the fan back in first, I guess. Didn't think of that. Put a little black thing, little black screw back in here, and that little bit. What have we got? A connector there. Got to make sure all these connectors haven't gone under the board, which is the first thing they're going to do. They always end up out of mind, out of sight somewhere, and you forget to put them back in, and then wonder why things don't work. Yeah, the fiddly bits, trying to get all these connectors in. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing a bit. Now the other one sort of went in lower than I expected. Does it go under those gold pins? Yeah, that's it. You've got to get it under the... Is that in place right? I don't think we got that one. That should be it. Got this little one here. These two. There you go. That there. Oh, that is that one where it goes under. Oh, we've got to put a little board or something back here. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's back in place. Hopefully that was everything. Oh, hard drive, of course, which had to come out to let that other stuff out. So a pretty major job, which makes it all the more annoying. They've obviously used a fairly low quality power socket in these things. Now I guess they're not always expecting you to be moving the thing around with the power cord connected, but you know, I really use this thing on battery, so I normally leave it plugged in while I'm using it, as well as with stuff into the USBs. So it should really be designed to handle that sort of thing. That's the hard drive back. I'll put our fan back in. Why they have to make those things so captive like that? It's not like they're going to pop out. Just makes life hard. Now what held the fans in? 3 black screws. And the bracket for the power thing, so at least I made the power socket kind of strong, but as far as the mounting, but just not as far as I assume it's the center pin on it plays up. Though admittedly it did feel a little bit like something had got down inside there maybe, but it's not that often I actually unplug the thing. I wouldn't have thought dust or anything could get in there. So not sure what went wrong with that. I've got a battery, and where's that little board? I get this little, whatever it is, board, union memory, and there's a silver screw for that. Sticky stuff on the top. I guess it went something like that. And the battery. There. Tightened off, that's clips in. So I think that is everything besides plugging the battery in and putting the bottom cover back on. Yeah, it's starting to crack a little bit, this bottom cover, which is not a good sign. Let's just clip it on for now and see if it at least fires up. Doing something. Dust everywhere. Do something, Windows. I got no display. Oh no, it turned off again. Lights come on. Lights go off. Ah, thank God it came on this time. We have a display. Don't know what it just did then, but didn't sound like it was going to start up again. Typical Windows. Well, we fire up. Now we're going to put up with all the Xbox spam and stuff. But looks like we have a working computer again. Oh well, we'll see if the power plug on it actually operates properly. It would just, when you're moving it around on your lap or picking up, putting it down, the power would disconnect, and it got to the point over a couple of weeks, maybe it's been about 3 weeks now, didn't do it very often at first. And then it would just, yeah, it was actually getting hard, which is why I finally got around to fixing it. It's actually getting hard to get it to show the little power thing on your little battery indicator here. Should be a little zigzag thing to show there's power going into there. And if not, it's not connected, and the little light on the end here will go orange, I think, when the battery's been disconnected long enough to need charging again, but then that light goes out again. Once the battery's charged, I think is my memory of it, because I always thought there was a permanent orange light there, but it turns out it does go out when the battery's done. So we'll put the rest of the screws back in this thing. There we have it, the little indicator on the battery, a little 240 volt indicator, a little lightning bolt thing. So she's all running again, and the connector was very tight. I actually for a minute didn't think it was even going to fit in. I never thought to plug the plug in, but it's just a lot tighter than it was. Yeah, it is much tighter. You forget how tight it probably was when you first got it. That little thing goes out when I unplug the charger. Plug it back in. It does fit in deeper than the other one. It seemed to be sitting out a bit. Even though I did check in there and couldn't see anything, the only thing I couldn't see was down the hole for the pin. So I'm not sure if something was in there or there's some other issue. But at least it doesn't seem to be the charger itself. I did wonder whether the cable might have a break in that. But no, she's all going. So that's a successful repair. A bit of a pain to do and quite fiddly, and you need good eyesight for these sort of things. But shows you can do it, and yeah, just the old snip the pins off so you can remove a multi-pin device all at once without a hot air gun or anything. But we'll see how this goes. That should keep it all going, so thanks for watching.